my goodness. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? This is take two. I started recording and unfortunately, um, yeah, she decided, Mommy, I'm gonna play with your hand, and then things kind of went all wonky. So anyway, oh well, we had some mother daughter time. That's what matters most. So anyway, hope you all are having a good morning. I know myself, it's been a little bit action packed so far this morning. Okay, whatever. Now didn't get much in the way of sleep last night. I um, started off. I was gonna go to bed, and I took my sugar, and it was showing 92 and falling. I'm like, okay, I better eat something. So I grabbed a couple of these little mini candy bars that I had sitting here. Ate those. And then I was just about to fall asleep. Actually, no, that's right. I went downstairs to use the restroom, and then I came back upstairs, and my alarm's going off. You're sure you haven't having a low sugar still? I'm like, oh, I just ate those candy bars. I should be okay. And then I go check it again, or whatever it was, I don't remember, and I'm way down in the 50s at this point. I'm like, yeah, I'd better go downstairs and grab a couple more those little candy bars, and eat those up, just to be on the safe side. I'd much rather wake up with a little bit of a high sugar than to be constantly dealing with low sugars all night. So, went downstairs, grabbed those, and then, what was it? I don't remember, but anywho, yeah. Um, Finally did. Oh, that's right. That's what it was. I was starting to fall asleep, and then I had remembered that I think I mentioned this the other day or yesterday morning, um, having an issue with when we went to Walmart the other day, Sunday. Went there. Oh, excuse me, sorry. And while we were there, I figured I would ask them about what their policy is with being able to buy syringes over the counter. Because usually what you're supposed to be able to do, and I believe this is a federal mandate for those of us who are diabetics, that you can go to any pharmacy as long as you sign for them. You can get yourself some syringes. Okay. Um, well, any place else I have lived, like when my mom was a diabetic before I became one, you're supposed to be able to buy, or you could buy, some places we lived, you could buy them by the packages, or by the box. So my mom, she would usually try and help save on money or whatever. She'd just buy them by the packages. But then when I became a diabetic, things changed, and we would always go to Walmart because they were always the cheapest, especially with their brand, the Rely-Ons. So anyway, when I became a diabetic, they changed their policy. You had to buy them by the box, and they're not that much. As long as you get theirs, they're only about 13 something, somewhere between $13 and $15, depending. So yeah, it's not that bad, and you're talking 10 packages, so about 100 syringes. Okay. But when I talked to them there, they're like, "Oh no, we only sell them one package at a time." I'm like, "Yeah, one package isn't gonna make it very far with me." I'm like, "Crud," and I'm almost out. Um, so I'm like, well, when I got home, I was like, well, I'll just see about transferring my prescription over. So I called them. I'm like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. I was in a little bit earlier asking about this. And so she's like, yeah, I remember. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and transfer my prescription over. And um, she already had my insurance information in the system. And I guess my insurance provider had already submitted it or something. I don't know. And of course, I already had an account with them. And I told her which ones, because unfortunately I had doctors who kept submitting all these different ones and so forth. And I'm just like, no, these are the ones that I want, okay? I don't care if you have to order them. These are the ones that I want, okay? And I believed I had refills on them. I'm not too sure. So anyway, I got a text message at work yesterday saying that the prescription was ready, but I didn't read the text message. And then I forgot about it. And then it was a little bit later. I was going to send Rick a text message reminding him that, hey, don't forget that it's at 10 o'clock, not 11 o'clock this week. Well, and then I saw the text message there, and I was like, oh, shoot, I should look at that real quick. I don't know, I just had that inkling, And sure enough, completely screwed up. And they were wanting to charge $110, and they ordered the wrong ones, or they filled the wrong ones, and everything. I'm just like, great. Why is it $110? So I had to call Walmart this morning, find out what happened. And then, so I was starting to fall asleep last night, getting back to that. That's when I'm like, maybe I should check my account here real quick. There's a reason why I went searching for my insurance company's app, because this is a different prescription provider than the actual medical insurance. So I went over there. Sure enough, there wasn't even a claim on there. So I don't know if they didn't even bother to file the claim, or maybe they tried, maybe something happened, or I don't know. So I have to call and get that straightened around this morning. It's like I went from, because according to the insurance company, and I had them quote me for my brand of needles and everything, and they're supposed to be a 90-day supply for $10. Yeah. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe I didn't have enough refills or what the case may be, but yeah, for them to be able to fill a 90-day, that's the thing. So I'm not entirely too sure what happened. So I need to call them and find out, because I am almost out. It's like I'm getting it. With my calculations, I was able to get it down to just a few left by the time Thursday comes around. So I'm like, yeah, especially with the money that I have left over. So I'm working on it. It's like, okay, but I have the ones in my lunch bag. So, but if something winds up happening, and I don't have an endocrinologist yet, that's something else I have to do tomorrow. I can't do it today. I got to call around. I sat down with Rick on Sunday and was like, went through the list as far as endocrinologists and primaries, as far as, okay, locations, like if it was showing locations for one of the Twin Cities, it's like, okay, what about these streets, I have no idea where any of these, anything is, or anything around here, of course. So I'm like, okay, and he's just like, oh no, that's downtown Minnie, or no, that's downtown St. Paul, or whatever. It's like, okay, so I'm trying to keep up here in this area, because I live, or I should say, we live north of the cities. So it's like, okay, yeah, let's try and I'm trying to keep it north, but then there's a couple of locations that were like way west of here or something, and then there was some locations that were way east, almost to the Wisconsin border. So it's like, yeah, no. But I was able, at least with primaries, I was able to find like really here. But then I came across a primary and an endocrinologist that are in the same office. So I'm going to try and give that one a call first and go from there. Who knows? If I can kill two birds with one stone, great. Fine by me. So that's the way that I look at it. sometimes, at least the experience that I had, because my insurance carrier is the same one who was managing my Medicaid, and I did run into the issues sometimes where they would be showing that for whatever reason they would be showing that they provided a certain care, but their specialty was something else. But for somehow or another, I don't know, wires would get crossed or whatever. So yeah, I just need to double check with that and see, if they are an actual endocrinologist or not. Otherwise, two different doctor locations. So we'll see. And of course, it's going to depend on if anybody requires referrals. I ran into those issues out there, which is stupid. It's like, give me a break. You're a diabetic, and you need to see an endocrinologist for your care. You don't go to a primary for your care. It's not the insurance company. It's the frickin' endocrinologist office. It's like, it's so stupid. Oh no, you have to have a referral in order to see us. Why? Just because you're a specialist and you think that you're like a cardiologist or something? No. Dumb. No point. That's why I manage my own diabetes. I manage my own health care, basically, is what it boils down to. The only reason why I go see a frickin' primary is because it's required with the insurance companies. You need to go and see a primary. Why? I'm healthy, except for these issues or whatever. I don't know. And I don't trust doctors to begin with. They try and fit you into a mold too much. And it's like, no, I'm sorry. Every person's body's going to be different. But anyway. Isn't that right? Yeah. My poor little baby. Yeah. I know. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah, work yesterday was kind of interesting. I noticed that a lot of people were having some issues. But that's okay. Even with some customers, it was just, I don't know, it's just one of them energy days where it was just kind of like, my gosh, what's wrong? There's got to be something going on out there. I just don't remember what it was. At least astrologically, anyway. I'm like, oh well, it is what it is. Shake it off, move on. Excuse me. And, yeah, and this one here, she kept having this nail that kept getting stuck, so I snagged her this morning and started trimming her nails. And I just trimmed them. That's what's weird. But her nails are just growing like crazy. I think it's the a little bit more humid environment. That's my opinion. Because I've been having the same thing where I'm like, man, my nails are growing really well here. But anyway, but there was one of her nails that out there, just before we left, it got caught on something, about nearly ripped it off. And she, of course, was fighting it and fighting me and trying to break herself free, going into panic mode and so forth. And I was trying to hold her and get her foot out and everything. And, oh, it was, yeah, one of those sort of situations and everything. And I'd been being very careful with that nail. I hadn't been trimming it or anything. It's just leaving it be because it's been very weak. Well, unfortunately, in the process with the healing, it's gotten really thick, and I don't have any, like these kinds of nail. All I have are our kind of nail trimmers, but I use the bigger ones that you usually use on your toes or whatever. And yeah, so I was able to trim it, but unfortunately, and I really needed to because it was starting to curl up over into her one pad. I'm like, yeah, that's not a good situation. And I was concerned that I might have to run her across the street and let them take care of it because, I mean, it was pretty thick. and it is still pretty thick. But anyway, I'll have to keep my eye on it as it grows. I was only able to trim it back so far before I started running into, the blood vessel. So I'm like, okay, I'll have to keep my eye on it. I'll check it here in a couple days, maybe on Thursday or something, and see how it's doing, and go from there. But yeah, I might still have to take her over there, so I'm a little concerned about that. But otherwise, she's very healthy. So, as you could see, with me having to do take 4 or take 2, excuse me, because she was just attacking my hand. She's so cute. I love her to pieces. She's my baby. She knows it. I know. So anyway, no, I have not started my damn period yet. I'm really getting fed up with that. It's like, hurry up already. It does what it wants to when it feels like it. It's like, okay. So, yeah. But I know there was something else I was going to mention. I know it's been with it has to do with what I've been talking about this last several days. Yeah, I'm learning a lot of things about myself. Realizing, let's put it that way, relearning, especially after everything that I've been through. And it's, at least now I know it's come from more. That's the thing. I'm not somebody who can be stagnant. I'm somebody who always has to go after a challenge, pursue a challenge. Yeah, I get tired, just like anybody else does. And I'll admit, I take the break, and I think, okay, this is what I really wanted to be able to do, so on and so forth. Just get back, relax, blah, blah, blah. And next thing I know, I'm getting bored. So I guess that's what it boils down to, is I have to learn that balance, and go from there. So, and I know part of it too has been, I was thinking that, okay, just go after what I'm thinking that I'm going to do and so forth, let this job just be that stepping stone and go after. And that's the thing too, is I'm not somebody who, I never wanted, I don't, I've always wanted to be in business for myself. That's the thing. Because that's the sort of person I am. I've always been independent and everything. Never cared to be up underneath somebody else's thumb. I know I've mentioned that several times. But especially with everything that's happened, and it was coming from that place when I was thinking it, with diversifying my interests. But really, even before that, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, because even before that, I was going to diversify business interests anyway. But it was looking very different compared to now. Still wouldn't mind going after all of that. I think it would be very good, sound business ventures. But, and it's always been stuff that's been tried and true and so forth. But my interests have taken me in other directions. And it's coming more, instead of coming from up here, it's coming more from here. So that's what I really want to do. It's basically follow my passions, follow my heart. And I know that's going to help me. It's going to take me to where it is that I want to be able to go. But one of the big questions has been stay, leave, move someplace else, go back. I've been kind of all over the place, but I was just like, well, just stay, get the ball rolling, so on and so forth, which I probably still will do. But then it has been coming up, about possibly going back, and then it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I can go back either. And not necessarily even just Vegas as far as going back. Maybe possibly exploring someplace else. Love San Diego. I know San Diego is expensive. Nobody has to tell me. There's also Palm Springs. I have friends that live there. There's the northern part of Nevada also. I do miss the desert in many ways. But of course, having the desert has its drawbacks. Trying to start a garden out there can be a bit difficult. Yeah. Especially the soil there in the Vegas area. Nobody's ever been able to farm anything out there unless it's conventional gardening. Or you do raised beds or potted and container gardening basically. And it's not just because of the sun and the heat, because there's things that you can do to help with that as well. It's one reason why I do container gardening. It's just the soil out there is just awful. I know, it's all sand. That's why. I know people say that. It's not just that. It's just, looking at the history and so forth. Like, I can't remember his name. I believe it began with an L. There's a park named after him. He was trying to start a farm out there anyway. This was back around when Vegas was founded. And he bought up a bunch of land, tried for several years to garden and to get things to grow. Didn't have any success at all whatsoever. And finally he wound up turning his land into a resort. And this was land that had natural springs also. So he thought, okay, I should be able to do something. No, wasn't able to. So he wound up turning it into a resort, basically. One of the area's first resorts. It was basically a natural spring resort. So, and he wound up actually catering to movie stars and so on and so forth. And they're back like in the 50s and 60s and so forth. Who was it? Was it Will Rogers or Gene Autry? I can't remember. Were constantly there. So, I don't remember. It was one of, may not even been one of those two. It could have been somebody else who was, some sort of country singer. But I don't know. I don't remember who it was. I just remember that there's a whole history behind it all. But the buildings are still there from when, I can't remember the name of that park. I don't remember. I know Sammy Davis Jr. Had went there also. There's a section that's named for him. I can't remember the name of it. Look it up. It's in Vegas, the city of Vegas, in their jurisdiction, not Clark County. I just can't remember the name of it. It's off. I think it's off of Vegas Drive, if I remember correctly. But anyway, so yeah, that's been going through my head as well. But for now, I think it's a good idea for me to just stick it out, see how it goes. And I know too that some of my restlessness is, not having a place of our own, and I'll feel a lot better once I start getting that ball rolling. So, but I know I've got a lot of money that I need to stash away in order to make that happen. So there's going to be things that I'm going to be needing, There she is. There's Miss America. So, anyway, no, I'm not talking about me. Yeah, there she is. Say hi. Yeah, I know. She's got a look on her face. So, anyway, yeah, I know I keep saying that. I need to shut up. I know my fallacies. So, yeah, it's my girl. That's my precious baby. Yeah, she's so special. She's a special girl. She is. Yeah, she is. She's like, oh, mommy. I know. So, but yeah, like I was saying, I know there's quite a few things that it's going to be needed. You know, like a mattress, some furniture, something to sit on at least, dishes, pots and pans. I got silverware, bowls, not just dishes to eat off of, but dishes to cook with. Do some baking. I'm going to need some sort of a mixer, either a hand mixer, stand mixer, something. Yeah, I'm going to need all of that stuff, even to just get started. You know, the bare bones minimums even. There's quite a bit that I'm going to need. I can't live off TV dinners. So, but yeah, that's kind of where that's the direction that that's the first direction that we need to head towards. But of course, first, I'm going to go and get me a comfortable pair of shoes and some clothes. Take care of myself, take care of the job, and go from there. Isn't that right? Yeah. Yeah. So, but anywho, that's my train of thought. Then, of course, to, start saving and so forth, and get our own place, and then we can see about moving in the other direction that I want to be able to move down. Like getting a sewing machine, start buying some fabrics. Yeah, I definitely want to start selling some craft items, doing some sewing for that, doing some sewing for us. Yeah. Start building a home. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. She's such a silly girl. Yes, she is. She's such a silly. I know. All right, I should get going because I got it. I got a few things I need to take care of today. So, anywho, hope you all have a great day. See what happens tomorrow. It's today. Off tomorrow. Oh, Rick has his surgery. It's part 2 of his surgery tomorrow. So, it's something to do with that thing that they're implanting in him. Like, what's that noise? Plane flying overhead. So yeah, send some positive energy his way. It is outpatient. So, and he said that he has it at like 7 in the morning, something like that. And, he should be home by around noon. So, yeah, it's definitely sent some positive energy his way. And, yeah, I have off tomorrow and Thursday. And then back at it all the way up until next Wednesday. Yeah, and all the way up until next Wednesday. And then I'll have off, see here, what is it? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then after that, I don't remember what days I have off again. So, and I have distance learning training on Sunday. I forgot about. Keep forgetting that. I know. All right, I better go. I'll talk to y'all soon. Love you guys. And yeah. See you soon. Love you.